got a campaign.
You know Dion Williams?
I do know.
He does all my churches, and I get in trouble if I start scheduling.
I'm starting in 1 minute.
We got to figure this out. Last time we
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. If we can all get situated, we're going to start proceedings. Thank you. Okay, well, let's get started, everybody. First of all, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the Brewster Wheeler Recreation Centre. We're going to have multiple speakers today from the Kronk team. Then we're going to have Mayor Duggan come up and introduce to everybody. Everybody, please. Thank you. Mayor Duggan will be in attendance to speak with us today, Mary Sheffield, and then, of course, Chief Betterson from Detroit Police Department. First of all, just going to say a few words from myself. So, for those that I've not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Paul Batty and I'm the CEO of Kronk. It's an incredible honour to be standing here today surrounded by so many distinguished guests, former Kronk World Champions, community leaders, friends and family. As you can all tell by my accent, I'm originally from Manchester, England. I moved to... Some Brit back there, always causing trouble. I moved to Detroit back in 2007 with my wife and children, so my lens of Detroit goes back 18 years. And to see our amazing city undergo such incredible transformation is testament to the drive and tenacity that makes Detroit, Detroit. Before my venture into the boxing world, I spent 31 years in IT, managing startups, working through private equity, before culminating leading a global organisation. I've been a massive fan of boxing since I was a young boy, and to be here today representing the biggest brand in the world of boxing is nothing short of a dream come true. Today I'm immensely proud to publicly announce the return of Kronk Gym, located right here in Detroit at the historic Brewster Wheeler Recreation Centre. Thank you. Kronk is not just a brand, it's a symbol of discipline, excellence and heart. Emanuel Steward and his Hall of Fame world champions put Kronk and Detroit on the map. Today we come full circle back to this iconic building where Emanuel used to train, and it was also where the Brown Bomber, the great Joe Louis, used to train. Kronk is about much more than history. It's about creating opportunity and looking after the people. We're building a space that inspires the youth, creates jobs, fuels local pride and identity, and restores Detroit's standing as the capital of boxing. To be a part of this exciting chapter, bringing Detroit's 5th franchise back home, is a privilege and a responsibility I don't take lightly, and one I will always respect. Detroit gave Kronk to the world. Now Kronk is giving back to the future of Detroit. Thank you very much. I'm now going to hand over to my partner, our VP of International Business, Amer Abdallah. Thank you. Amer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be here. It is a distinct honor for me. I flew in from the fighting city of Las Vegas to the fighting city of Detroit. So it was from fighting city to fighting city. I've been a part of some of the biggest events in boxing history, and I've represented some of the biggest names from Mike Tyson all the way down to prospects that are starting. This moment, standing here in the honor of our mayor and all of our Kronk team, call it Kronk 2.0, is one of the biggest accolades and accomplishments one of the most historic and unprecedented moments of my career, and I know that's selfish in me saying that, but I take immense pride in saying that. Kronk has always been for this community, from this community, and always had the support of this community. 41 world champions, over 100 national amateur champions, many of them that are amongst us here today, the Kronk alumni, Emanuel Steward's family that's here with us today. It's not possible without them here and their support moving forward. So although this is a rebirth of Kronk, it can't happen without these alumni and these Kronk legends and the Kronk family here with us. So Mrs. Steward, the entire Steward family, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your continued support. This whole thing began as a vision, as a small glimpse of hope from a man named Emanuel Steward who was from this community, and it turned into the biggest and most notable name in the history of boxing gyms. And when you think about that, there's such immense pride and valor and integrity in what Kronk is. There's nobody in boxing that doesn't know the name Kronk, and it's right here from Detroit. God willing, we will keep that name with the same integrity, with the same honor, and to keep growing it. My distinct honor is to be able to grow it internationally, and we have so many interested parties in being able to expand it. And although this is a global brand with international expansion, it will always and is always a local mission. I thank you all once again, all of the champions that are here with us. I saw Jonathan Banks just came in. He flew in also, one of the most notable trainers, trained Vladimir Klitschko, Gennady Golovkin, Badu Jack, recently Chris Eubank Jr. in his big win, and all of the champions that are here with us today. I thank you all, the Stewart family once again. Paul, when Paul reached out to me, I thought he was crazy trying to do this. I said, what are you trying to do? And he said, we've got this team together. And as soon as I heard John Lepak was a part of it, I said, okay, now I got some interest. John's been around. I know you guys are laughing. John's undefeated, by the way, in his professional career. 1-0 is undefeated. 1-0 is undefeated. And Paul had this vision. He put the team together, and we have an amazing team. Ken, Mikey, the entire team, Todd. And there's a lot of work in the background, but it can't happen without the support of our community, our mayor, and all of you. So thank you once again. I have the honor now of bringing up also our partner, the undefeated John Lepak.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As the COO of Kronk, I would say welcome each and every one of you, and thank you for joining us on this very special occasion. But as I look out and I see so many faces from the past, I see my man Ram. I'm reminded I'm still that kid from 3234 Livernois. So I got to say, Detroit, what up, though? Well, Detroit, we got some work to do. And make no mistake about it, we're the team that's going to get it done. And while they say it takes a village, I stand before you today that say it's going to take a city. And there is no greater city in the United States of America than Detroit, Michigan. And as your fifth franchise, Kronk is committed to bringing back amateur and professional world championships to this great sports city. We are also very dedicated to continuing the legacy of our founder, the Gold Father, the late Emanuel Steward. In continuing to honor that legacy, we want to make sure that every boy and girl that comes through those doors has opportunities. So we're calling on the community and business owners to get behind Kronk, because the future of this city is what we're working towards. Because one day I want to be sitting out there amongst you and see those young boys and girls before us who have become the next president of the city council, the next chief of police, the next mayor of our great city, and might I say, the next governor of the great state of Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, our mayor, our champion, Mayor Michael Duggan.
All right. Well, we are here to celebrate the rebirth of one of Detroit's greatest legends, the Bronx Gym. How does it feel? In Detroit, we've gotten used to things we care about being taken away from us, and it happened for a long time. But we've changed that in recent years. We got the Detroit Pistons to move back to the city of Detroit where they belong. We got the train station reopened for Ford. And this building here, the Brewster Wheeler Rec Center, has an interesting story itself. At the time I was elected, it had a demolition contract that had been awarded. It was days away from being demolished. And I got a phone call from the son of Joe Louis II. And he said to me, my father trained in the gym in that center. There's a great deal of history there. Could you just pause on that demolition contract? And I hadn't really been watching it, but I said I'd look into it. The next day, the council member from the 5th District, who had been newly elected, Mary Sheffield, showed up by office. And she says, that Brewster Wheeler Center means so much to this community. Diana Ross and the Supremes were part of this center. Can we just pause on the demolition? And she said, if you'll pause on it, I'll help us find the funding. And so we ended the demolition contract and said, let's see what we can do. And now Van Fox and the development team and Bishop Charles Ellis are building housing and are turning this back into the community center. If you haven't been downstairs, the gym where Joe Louis trained when he became champion is still down there preserved, because that's what we're supposed to do in Detroit. But can you imagine a more perfect use for this building than the Kronk Gym? And to have Emanuel Steward's family, to have Maria and Sylvia Stewart being a part of it, they've been working to keep the legacy alive. It's been almost 20 years since they left the original gym. They've been to a couple of temporary locations before the training program stopped entirely. And we're so lucky to have Paul Boddy and the team step up and say, we're not going to let the legend die. And it gave me chills to walk in with Hilmer Kenty, the first Bronx world champion, and to see all of these champions here. It gave Detroit such pride. But this is the city we're building, a city where we honor our history and we keep it alive. And so I want to say thank you to everybody here. And I now want to introduce a person who was absolutely essential for this building still being here. Now she's City Council President Mary Sheffield.
Thank you, Mayor Duggan, for the introduction and for your continued commitment to revitalizing our city. Good afternoon, everyone. It is such an honor to be here today, to stand before you for a moment that is deeply personal, not just for me, but for generations of Detroiters who know the legacy of this place, the impact that it has had on our community, and the belief of a powerful future that this building still holds. I want to thank the entire Kronk's boxing team, and especially the Stewart family, for preserving this legacy and allowing us to celebrate such an incredible announcement together. Can we give them another round of applause for their hard work? So, as the mayor mentioned, over a decade ago, the Brewster Wheeler Recreation Center was slated for demolition. But after listening to the community and hearing firsthand the emotional connection in the historic significance of this place, I made it a mission to help to protect this sacred ground. I was proud to be a leading voice to ensure that this place was not demolished, but preserved. And today I stand proud to witness the rebirth that is taking place today. We knew then what we know today, that this was never just a building. This was a cornerstone of culture, a sanctuary of strength, and a symbol of unity in this community. Some of the world's greatest fighters, including Detroit's own Joe Louis, trained right here in this facility. And Emanuel Steward helped build his legacy right here. These walls echo greatness. And now, I'm excited that the next generation will write its own chapter right here. I want people to remember that when African Americans were excluded from the YMCA here in Detroit, it was the Brewster Wheeler Recreation Center that served as a vital community center and recreation space for Black residents in Detroit. It was this center that provided a wide range of programs and recreations to address the social engagement and gaps in recreation in our city. And it is my hope that this historic facility can once again serve as a conduit to bring people of all races, social economic status together, and where Detroit's youth can find safe, support, and inspiration right here. Today's announcement is a powerful declaration that Detroit's legacy matters, that our youth deserve spaces filled with opportunity, mentorship, and pride. Our history is not something to be erased, but something to be restored and to be reimagined. With the Brewster Center opening this summer, we breathe new life into this historic landmark. We honor the past, we invest in the present, and we build a better future for our youth, for our neighborhoods, and for our city. Again, just want to say congratulations to everyone who played a role in getting us here today. Today is a powerful reminder that when community, government, and private partners work together with purpose, as the saying says, when there's a will, there is a way. All right, so congratulations. I'm looking forward to all the lives that this facility would touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Duggan, and thank you, Madam President, for the wonderful words. I'd now like to ask our very own Chief of Police, Mr. Todd Betterson, to come to the podium. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you so much. So today is a proud moment for me. I had an opportunity to meet the Kronk team and meet Pastor Devison and the owner who really put a lot of work into this, Mr. Van Fox, and bring them together. And just by being a connector and seeing the possibility of this historic site. So they invited me here because my previous role was deputy mayor. But I got an opportunity to work in that space and place and just imagine what this place could be. And as our council president, Mary Sheffield, has said, the magic has happened. Detroit, this is truly a moment where we have preserved this historic landmark, and we are here. And then our children, our youth, will be on this sacred ground and be able to get the life lessons to help them mature and to help them become all that they can be. As was already previously stated, we have had the likes, the champions in the basement of this place right here. Joe Louis actually boxed. We have had Mike Tyson actually train in this place. This was one of the first recreation centers in the country of the United States. So this is a true proud moment for me. And I will say this, probably one of the proudest moments that I will remember for the rest of my life as we all stand here today. So I thank you, Mrs. Emanuel Steward. I thank you, John. I thank you, Paul, Mayor Duncan, for your part in making all this happen as well, Council President Sheffield, and for the rest of City Council, and for just everyone. Because as Chief of Police, this is going to give young folks in this area and across the whole city something to do. And we know that an occupied mind and tired youth makes for a safer community for all. Thank you so much to the Kronk team. Thank you, Mr. Van Fox. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Chief. We're now going to move on to the wonderful Sylvia Steward, daughter of Emanuel, and very proud to have her on the team as our business consultant. Sylvia?
I'm a little short here. So, good afternoon. I just want to extend my deepest gratitude to 555 McGraw LLC, which is the new owner of Kronk. The address of 555 McGraw is very special to me and a lot of Detroiters because it is the home of the original Kronk Gym. And it's where my father spent his lifetime developing world champions and working with the amateur fighters. I am thrilled at the new owners that they will be bringing back Kronk to the roots of Detroit. Even I am more grateful that this is happening while Mike Duggan, at the moment, is still the mayor of Detroit. I want to say a special thank you to my mother, Marie Steward, who, thank you, whose strength and her dedication made it possible. She opened up the Kronk Gym when my father passed away, and she said, we have to keep the legacy going on. It was closed after we had a flood in Detroit. We moved out to Westland, and then Paul, came along, and they own it, and I think they're going to do a wonderful job. You can see already what's getting ready to happen. So on behalf of the stewards, and me, a former boxer promoter, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for everything y'all have done. And let's go Kronk.
Thank you for the beautiful words, Sylvia. Fantastic. So last but not least, Will Meyer. Will, our second pro fighter, recently signed. And Will, he truly epitomizes Detroit. His eloquency in the ring, out of the ring, what he does for the community, his family, is everything that we want in a fighter. Will?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me today. My name is William Myrie. I'm a graduate from Communication and Media Arts High School, and I've just finished my freshman year of college at Oakland University studying clinical and diagnostic science. Today I'm here as a newly signed fighter in the Kronk team, so I will be continuing my legacy here. Not only will I be at the gym as an athlete, training under the two-time world champion Milton McCory, but I'm also here as a mentor to help lead the youth and help nurture them into greatness. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we're very close to wrapping up proceedings. The mayor's on an extremely tight schedule, but just before we wrap, I would like to ask Chief Bettison and Mayor Duggan to the stage. We have got a gift from Kronk to hand out to you. Not really for this time of year, however.
Let's switch spots.
I don't want to be police chief, I know that.
Uh-oh.
So, Chief Bettison, I was fortunate to meet him over a year ago when he was acting in his capacity as deputy mayor. And we walked around this facility, we got to know each other very well, and he shared his passion and vision for the city, for his new tenure, and is a massive supporter of Kronk. Thank you for keeping us safe.
Thank you, sir.
To Mayor Duggan, I know you have to go real quick, but I know from day dot when we signed the deal on acquiring Kronk, you've been extremely supportive. You've been here for us every step of the way. Your support means everything to us, and we're right behind you as you go and take the governorship. Thank you very much. Pleasure. This concludes the event today. We're going to have some pictures, and then the Kronk team will be available for all press-related matters. If you could use Dawn Kelly as the conduit for press, please, that would be most grateful. Thank you.